Hey cats, you know, we've been known to say one man's trash is another man's treasure. Well, today we're looking for some treasures, some real gems, and the best place to find them is on the beach. So what is it exactly that we're looking for? Well, if you live around the Great Lakes like we do, it's called beach glass. If you live near the ocean, it's going to be called sea glass. What exactly is that, you say? It's little shards of glass, broken glass. So the glass comes in all different colors. You're going to find what?
I have seen blue, turquoise, clear, amber, bright green, olive green, many different shades of green.
Just about anything that you can think of that's made out of glass and that has ended up in a lake is going to be what you're going to be looking for. Now, how does the glass get there, you might ask? Well, we've heard a couple different stories. Some of it could very possibly come from shipwrecks. You know, ships have all kinds of glass in them, bottles and whatnot. So over the years, those could have broken apart from storms and gotten washed up onto the beach.
And at one time, the lakes were used for garbage. People
for landfills.
Long ago would throw their garbage in.
They figured if they threw their trash into the lake, it would just kind of mysteriously disappear, never be seen from again. Well, that worked to a degree, but the trash always comes back. In this case, the bottles get smashed to pieces from the surf, and eventually the small pieces get washed ashore.
And when we find them, they have no jagged edges on them. They've all been polished. They're round and smooth. We find all different shapes and sizes.
So this is a typical piece of beach glass. It was from a green bottle at one time, but it's been tumbled in the surf so much, and you can see it kind of has like a frosty patina to it from the sand scraping on it over the years, just getting tumbled around. I wonder how long it took for this thing to get polished up like this.
They say it can take as long as 20 to 30 years for a piece of glass to be tumbled and smoothed out like that.
Yeah, so there's the value in it, you know. It just takes so many years for that piece of glass to get, you know, all smooth like that. There's no sharp edges on it anymore.
It almost looks like a gumdrop. So many different colors. Here's a nice piece of blue.
Ah, that's pretty. Blue's pretty rare. Blue's hard to find.
Oh, Itchy found gas money on the beach, too.
We're going to need that to get home. Save that.
Here's an even bigger piece of blue.
That's a beauty right there. That's a rare find. If you can find a chunk of blue like that size, that's pretty good.
And we have tons of this clear. It really glistens when it's wet and it catches your eye. So we've got quite an assortment here.
So when you go looking for beach glass, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we find beach glass? Well, anywhere
that there's a rocky beach.
That there's any kind of a sandy, rocky beach. Now, you're not going to find it so much where it's sand, like some of the sand behind us, but if you go all the way out to the beach there, the surf is crashing up on the beach and you'll find like gravel banks. And that's probably the best place where you're going to find beach glass.
I fought with the lake lady today. I saw a piece of blue, and just as I'm going out to get it, in comes the tide. So I watched it, and it kind of drifted down. I got it, but I had to grab a whole handful of stuff to get it and then sift through it.
Yeah, the surf is constantly coming in and out, and each time the surf goes in and pulls back out, it leaves a whole new array of treasures to be found. So how exactly do you find it? We found the best way to do it is just walk up and down the beach. Just keep your eyes peeled down at the ground. Take your time, move really slow, and just kind of scan over everything.
And the best time to go is when the water is rough and there's a storm and those waves are coming in really hard. We walked one day in the rain and the pickings were tremendous.
Yeah, that's the best time to do it. Now today there was people all over the beach, hundreds of them, and a lot of them were picking up of beach glass as well. But we still were able to find beach glass even with all those people there.
You have to remember, I mean, for me it's very hard. I was so hungry and so weak. I got so far away from the car. I thought, man, I feel like I'm going to pass out. But you have to remember, you have to stop. There's always going to be more. You're not going to pick it all up at one time. Next time we come back, there will be more.
Now, I will tell you something about finding beach glass on the beach. It's very addicting.
Yes.
And once you get out there on the beach and you start finding it, you get so excited, you just keep going and going and going and going, looking for more and more and more. Next thing you know, I think it's like V says, you're over a mile away from the car and you got to turn around and walk all the way back. By then, your back hurts from bending over and picking up pieces of beach glass.
You're hungry, you're thirsty.
Yeah, because it's hard to carry everything with you. Now, I like to carry a little fanny pack on that keeps some stuff in there, and it's easy for me to just put my beach glass right in there. But really, the only tool you're really going to need is a Ziploc bag or a little baggie that you can put your stuff in. Just carry this with you, and as you pick them up, you just put them in the bag. It's just that simple.
Now, you probably want to know, I had a guy say to me on the beach today, what are you looking for? And I said, glass. And he goes, oh, you mean trash. Well, I have to say, it's the prettiest trash I've ever picked up.
It is beautiful. It is
And what
beautiful.
do you do with it? You're probably wondering, why are they collecting all that beach glass? Use your imagination. We have a jar we filled with sand and we sprinkled some of the beach glass in there. You can make a sun catcher. You can get a big stone and you can glue them to the stone, put it in your garden, and you'll always have a remembrance that you went to the beach and collected this. You can make jewelry.
I picked up a cheap
much.
picture frame and took the back off of it, so it's just the glass in there. And I am going to glue the pieces of glass in there and make like a little mosaic picture, and then that'll hang up, you know, with a little suction cup in the window so the sunlight will come through it.
And you see how he said before, they are not shiny right now. When they're wet, they're shiny.
Yeah.
So you can polish these to get the shine.
Look at this.
Or
when we get this wet, now I just put a little spit on there. Look how clear that got. Look how shiny and clear that got. So, yeah, you can polish them with a stone polisher, which would take quite a while. I do it the quick and easy way. Just go to your local hardware section of the store and pick up a can of gloss spray paint. Set them out on some newspaper, put a coat of gloss on them, and they look like shiny clear glass again. Beautiful. So there you go. That's our story of hunting for beach glass. And if you're looking for a real fun, stress relieving thing that you can do,
be warned, it's addicting.
very addicting.